Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Monday, October 30th, 2023, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw. Tonight's Raw was a go-home show to Crown Jewel, and you know how WWE usually does things. Usually their go-home shows 9 out of 10 times are terrible, but you know what? This go-home felt a little different. I actually really enjoyed tonight's show. So let's kick things off talking about the Alpha Academy versus the Creed Brothers. So this is the Creed Brothers making their debut on the main roster. I don't know if they gotten called up permanently or if this was just a one-time thing, but they were extremely impressive tonight. So this came about because Alpha Academy issued an open challenge via X or Twitter, and the Creed Brothers answered it. So I was actually really looking forward to this match. As you guys know, I don't watch NXT, so I did not know what to expect about this, but I have heard of the Creed Brothers. I don't know much about them. But tonight's match was extremely impressive. Julius Brutus and Ivy Nile, all three of them were extremely impressive tonight, and I cannot wait to see more of the Creed Brothers on Raw. Anybody that does watch NXT, can you recommend a match for me to check out for the Creed Brothers? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat of what match I should watch of the Creed Brothers. But this match was impressive. I actually really enjoyed this match. I think my favorite spot in this match was actually the opening sequence between Chad Gable and Julius Creed. I think that spot was a really, really cool spot. And Ivy Niles doing a suplex to Akira Tozawa on the outside was also pretty cool. The Brutus ball, I think that's what they called it, to Otis, allowing the Creed Brothers here to get victorious, and then Alpha Academy showing respect to them. I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, I cannot wait to see more of the Creed Brothers. This is really impressive, and I would not be surprised if they do get called up after this. But incredible match between them. But what do you guys think of this match? What do you guys think of the Creed Brothers? Are you guys familiar with the Creed Brothers? Like I said, what match of the Creed Brothers would you recommend for someone like me who didn't see them in NXT to watch? All right. So tonight's Raw kicked off with a typical promo. It was by Judgment Day, I should say, Rhea Ripley. And I will say this, I was not a huge fan of this opening segment, but I did like Sami Zayn's promo here. So it's the typical promo, someone interrupts, they set up a match shtick that they always do. Now, I really liked Sami Zayn's promo here. He cut a very passionate promo. He was talking about how he is the rebellion, the resistance, thereafter power. And he will fight Judgment Day until it's no more. And he doesn't care if he does it 1-on-1, 5-on-1. He will keep fighting Judgment Day. So I have to say, I feel like Sami Zayn was talking about, what's actually going on in the real world. I don't want to get too detailed into it, but I feel like if you read between the lines, that's what he was talking about. But this was a really passionate promo. I really love Sami Zayn's promo here. Didn't like the opening segment overall, but really good, passionate promo. So this also leads me to believe that we are getting the War Games at Survivor Series, because he said he would fight them 5-on-1. And you guys know, so War Games could be 4-on-1, 5-on-1. So, of course, Ricochet comes out and it sets up Ricochet versus Dominik Mysterio. So, Dominik Mysterio versus Ricochet, the way this came about was Logan Paul and Dominik, they got Samantha Irving into the ring, and Ricochet took offense to that last week. So that's why this match is happening. Now, I thought this was a pretty decent match. But of course, Judgment Day getting the numbers gain. Rhea Ripley causing a distraction. JD attacked Ricochet. And of course, Dominik grabbed a handful of tights. And so Dominik was victorious here. Post-match, you got Ricochet attacking JD and Dom, but Rhea Ripley saved Dominik here. So the numbers game, I honestly think this is going to lead to war games. It's going to be Judgment Day versus 5 other people. Probably Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, me. So, and like I said, when they go backstage, and one of the things I like about this was I thought it was hilarious, but like the New Day dressed up as a Dominik and Damian Priest. I thought it was hilarious. I know some people probably thought that was cringe, but I liked it. And like Damian Priest is like questioning why Rhea put him in a match at why Rhea put him in a match tonight against Sami Zayn. And, you know, last week, Cody Rhodes brought up the fact that Rhea Ripley is the leader of the Judgment Day, which it seems like she is. But Rhea, you know, asked if what Cody said is getting to him. So I still think Judgment Day is going to be united. They're going to be a united front, at least up until War Games. I think that War Games would be the beginning of the end for Judgment Day. We got Miz TV with GUNTHER. Now, this was the new Judgment Day, right? Now this is kind of an odd segment here because because I feel like with this they're trying to turn Miz into this baby face. Now, one of the things I did like about this is that you have the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in GUNTHER versus the Miz, who holds the record for this most IC title reigns behind Chris Jericho, which I'm surprised considering how petty WWE is. The Miz hasn't tied Chris Jericho's IC title reigns and surpassed him. That's one record that has yet to be broken. But I really like that dynamic. Now, I don't know how I feel about the WWE turning the Miz babyface here. You know, what do you guys think of a babyface Miz? I personally think Miz is a much better heel than he is babyface. But Miz makes it known that he has no problem making the IC title prestige again. Now, Ludwig Kaiser smashed Miz's pumpkins. Or if you want to say, he pulled what's the lead singer from I forgot his name. The lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. I forgot his name. Oh my god. I'm drawing a blank right now. But he smashed those pumpkins. Which I felt bad for the Miz. Let me see. And Gunther says the Miz is not on his lead. So let me see. Billy Corgan. Yeah. I don't know what his name totally slipped my mind. Billy Corgan. There you go. But he pulled a Billy Corgan because you guys get it. The group's name is Smashing Pumpkins, and he smashed the pumpkins, so he was Billy Corgan. So Adam Pearce says that the Miz can't get an opportunity at a Gunther, but he can earn an opportunity, and we actually find out that we're gonna get a fatal 4-way match next week. It's gonna be Ricochet versus the Miz versus Big Bronson Reed versus Ivar to determine who faces Gunther. Now, if you ask me personally, I think it's gonna be Ivar just because he's been on a roll. Give me Ivar versus Gunther. I mean, for being, you know, a big guy, Ivar can move, especially when he does that moonsault. Like, that moonsault is pretty impressive. So I definitely would like to see Ivar's momentum continue. I think he definitely would win that fatal 4-way. I mean, if you have to choose between the 4 of them, who do you guys think should win or would have a better opportunity? We're already seeing Ricochet versus Gunther. We've seen Bronson Reed versus Gunther. Yeah, I don't think we haven't seen Gunther versus The Miz or Gunther versus Ivar, but with the direction that they're going, I think that if we have a feud between The Miz and Gunther, he's definitely not going to win that just yet. I think Ivar would probably win. Okay. So you get reuniting a DIY, do-it-yourself versus Imperium. Now, they actually have a new theme song. What do you guys think of the theme song? It was okay, but my motto is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's awesome seeing DIY back together again. We haven't seen them together in who knows how long. But, they do beat Imperium here. Vinci takes the pin, which is interesting because it seems like they're going to split up Imperium because they're not too happy with Vinci. They're definitely not going to be happy with him after that. Like, he's the one that got pinned here. Now, this is why I advocate for them to split up the tag titles. Like I've been preaching for a while now. When Asuka was champion, she got a new belt. Rhea Ripley got a new belt. Hell, even Roman Reigns got a new belt. They gave Seth Rollins a new belt. Why haven't the tag team champions been given new belts? They still have the old Raw and SmackDown color scheme. Make Raw the world tag team champions, make SmackDown the WWE tag team champions. Something's gotta give. We gotta split up those titles so that more teams can have an opportunity. DIY, for instance, being one, and I'm still kind of upset that we got robbed of DIY versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But nevertheless, this was good to see DIY again. What do you guys think of this match and of their reunion and of their theme song? We got Candice LeRae versus Xia Li, which really didn't go anywhere. She did a spin kick to Candice LeRae, and the ref stopped the match. Now, I kind of thought for a second Candice LeRae got hurt here, but she was just selling. Like, she was really good at selling. Like, she got looked at the back, and she had ice packs and everything. We get a quick Jey Uso and Sami Zayn interview. Basically, Jey is just wishing Sami Zayn good luck on his match. And he says that Sami Zayn's going to handle business tonight. Cody's going to handle business at Crown Jewel. And he says that maybe him and Cody can get those tag titles away from the Judgment Day one last time. And then afterwards, he'll check on Rhea Ripley and see how she feels about that. Yeet. So throughout the night, we get vignettes for Shayna Baszler, Drew McIntyre, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, DIY, Zoe Starks, the Creed brothers, Candice LeRae, Xia Li, and Rhea Ripley. I actually really like these vignettes. I think WWE should do more of them. It gets, people to know these wrestlers and who they are. I definitely like the Drew McIntyre one. He ended it with the No More Broken Dreams, which is like his old theme song. And I honestly think that he's going to turn fully heel at Crown Jewel. I don't think once he loses, he's going to turn full heel. At least I think so. You have Seth Rollins basically cutting a promo before his match, and he says, "Cry me a river." The only one that Drew McIntyre is gonna be blaming after Crown Jewel is himself. So, like I said, I think Drew McIntyre is definitely losing, and he's gonna turn heel at Crown Jewel. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Drew McIntyre vignette, of everybody's vignette? Is Drew McIntyre turning heel at Crown Jewel? We get Seth Rollins versus JD McDonagh. JD McDonagh attacking him from behind. Now, I have to say, after everything that's been going on, like, JD's still not officially a part of Judgment Day. If I were him, I wouldn't even want to be a part of Judgment Day. I mean, he's gone through so much, and he's still not part of Judgment Day. But like I said earlier, I honestly think Judgment Day is going to stay together, at least until War Games, because they're doing that teasing again with Damian Priest. And I think Judgment Day is gonna I think War Games is gonna be the beginning of the end for Judgment Day. We get a Becky Lynch interview, and she basically alludes to the fact that she defended her NXT title in those 40 days that she was champion more times than Rhea Ripley and more times than Roman Reigns. She says she doesn't need the title needs her. Xia Li interrupts and says that in her time she will face Becky Lynch. JD, in my opinion, will be the downfall of the Judgment Day. I think that's going to happen at War Games. I think whatever happens with Judgment Day between now and War Games, it's going to all culminate at War Games. In my opinion, in order for Judgment Day to start to crack, they have to lose that War Games match. If they win, then when are they going to split? I think you need to have them lose. But that's just my opinion. We're going to trick or street fight. Chelsea Green versus Natalya. And you had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven dressed as the Hart Foundation. Chelsea Green was Bret Hart. Piper Niven was Jim the Annabelle Neidhart, who is Natalya's dad. JD will make his own Judgment Day faction. I think Damian Priest will probably be the ones to get the boot from the Judgment Day. I think that if anybody chooses to leave, it's going to be Damian Priest. I know some people probably thought this match was a little cringe, but I like the match. I thought it was fun. Like, you had Chelsea Green putting all that candy. That's such a waste of candy. She had the one part I did think was kind of cringe was she threw a pie at Natty. Okay, that was a little cringy, but I like the fact that Chelsea Green threw all the candy in the ring. I like the fact that when she got that bag, which usually means there's subtext, was candy corn. And then in commentary, they were like, "Oh no, not the candy corn." I thought Chelsea was going to dress up as her husband. That would have been funny if she would have dressed up as Matt Cardona. But then Piper Niven would have to have been a Brian Myers, and they could have been the most professional, making her Zack Ryder gear. Well, I think if she would have definitely been the Matt Cardona version, I don't think she would have been Zack Ryder. And then Piper Niven could have been Brian Myers, and they could have been the major players. Or if you want, you could have had her do Matt Cardona. She could have been a Zack Ryder. But either way, I thought it was hilarious. So Chelsea Green is victorious, getting her first singles win on the main roster. Because, yeah, she still has a lot of singles matches. But she's victorious after she hits the Unprettier to Natty. So it was hilarious. So the main event ended up being Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest, which was, I thought it was a decent match. And Damian Priest did use the Reckoning on Sami Zayn, which was his old finisher. And it's similar to Cody Rhodes' Crossroads. Obviously, he was trying to send Cody Rhodes a message here. Now, the match ends in DQ because after Finn Balor and Dominik Mysterio come out, Jey Uso comes out and he super kicks Priest. And so that's when the match ends in DQ. Kind of a lame finish if you ask me. But afterwards, you get Finn Balor and Dominik Mysterio going after Sami and Jade. Cody Rhodes comes out and he goes after Damian Priest. JD saves Damian Priest from a Crossroads, but he takes a haluva kick and then he gets hit with the announce table with 2 Crossroads. And Cody Rhodes basically caused Damian Priest a walk behind her because he walks behind Dominik, Rhea Ripley, and Finn Balor. Cody says that he's back on his path and he goes straight to Damian Priest. So I have to say tonight's Raw was a pretty decent Raw, but we have to remember this is a go-home show to Crown Jewel, and the purpose of the go-home show is to get you excited for the pay-per-view. We did get a new match on the kickoff show. It's going to be Sami Zayn versus JD McDonagh. Now, Judgment Day stuff, it's interesting. When you look at Judgment Day, they got 3 matches. They got Sami Zayn versus JD McDonagh, Rhea Ripley's Fatal 5-Way, and then you had Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. So, if this was been a regular episode of Raw, like, I totally would have given this, like, 8 out of 10. But this is the go-home show. So, there were some things I liked, and there were some things I kind of disliked. Like Chelsea Green and Natty, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven aren't defending at Saudi Arabia. So, like, you could have saved this match for, next week, even though it wouldn't have been a trick or street fight. But aside from that, like, I mean, it's okay. Candice LeRae versus Xia Li has nothing to do with a Crown Jewel. The Miz versus GUNTHER, the Miz TV with GUNTHER really has nothing to do with Crown Jewel either. So I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, just because this is a go-home show and we got a mixture of stuff. All right, but that being said, that concludes the review. So tomorrow I won't be doing anything, but my friends over at the Jeff Meacham Network are. So I'm going to play you guys the video so you can see what they're going to be doing tomorrow. They're going to have a very busy day, and I hope you guys tune in to see their stuff. So enjoy this video.
Give me the power, I beg of you!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Kill her, Mommy! Kill her! Don't let her get away, Mommy! Don't let her live!
Andy, no! Please! We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.
So yeah, so check out some of their cool stuff tomorrow. They're gonna have a very busy day. As for myself, I will see you guys on Wednesday after Dynamite. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or I release a new video. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.